Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cove podcast. I'm Sena.
And I'm Brayden. And today's episode's a little special. Our guest today is actually Sena. Her time at TUJ is coming to a close, so we thought we'd give her a last little goodbye episode and have her be the guest and learn a little bit more about her.
Yeah, I'm really sad to, be saying goodbye, but very excited for this episode.
Yeah, let's get into it. Okay. All right. Well, Sena, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
As a guest.
Yeah.
Your first time as a guest. But you know how these things start. What's 3 words to describe your feeling today?
Right, 3 words. Okay, I'm going off the top right now. I'm feeling excited.
Okay.
I'm feeling sleepy. And also a little bit of bittersweetish.
Bittersweet.
Bittersweet feeling, yeah.
Explain that one.
Well, today is my last official day working for the Communications and Marketing Department. One of my last days working for the AAC. And basically just one of my last couple days on campus, basically. So,
Wow.
Yeah, kind of bittersweet.
All done with school.
I know.
How many years were you at TUJ for?
Technically 2.5. I started in 2022. January of 2022 is when I started. And then I took a break summer of 2022. So yeah, 2.5 years.
Where were you before?
Before that, yeah, I was at a fashion college here in Japan called Bunka Fashion College. I studied there for 3 years, and then the COVID pandemic happened.
Oh, yeah.
I was having trouble, figuring out what to do next. I found a job that I didn't like, so I left that. And then I had like a weird in-between 6 months where I was trying to figure out what to do next. And that's when I decided to come to TUJ.
So you were doing fashion.
Yes.
TUJ doesn't have really a fashion major.
No.
So what did you go into?
So I went into communications.
Okay.
Because what I realized was like when I was in fashion college, I was always the one who was like, hey guys, let's do a photo shoot, let's do a video shoot. Like let's get together and make this in a YouTube video. Yeah. And it never occurred to me like maybe that's what I should be doing instead.
Content production.
Exactly.
I got you.
I liked fashion, but I think I liked creating videos and creating content way more.
I see. So you went into the communications department. What'd you think of it?
I liked it a lot. I mean, I felt like it was where I was supposed to be because right off the bat, like the first couple of classes we took was like, intro to, what is it? I think it was like video production. I can't remember the exact name of the class, but essentially we, right off the bat, we're just learning about, creating videos and how, you can use SD cards and what kind of different, codecs there are, things like that. And it's all stuff that I really wanted to know, but I never like properly studied,
Right. So I'm not a communication student. It may seem like it since I work with a lot of cameras and stuff like that.
I know. When we first met, I thought you were a communications
A lot of people do. But what I've heard about communications is like you kind of have to pick what route you go. It's like journalism or like production.
Yeah, exactly. So the names of the 2 tracks is actually the environments track, which sounds kind of like funky, but essentially, it's like a mix of journalism, business, and I think like advertising.
Okay.
Kind of. And then there's the production track, which is more like, production focused. So mostly on video
Cameras
production and also audio production as well. So
I see. And which one did you choose?
So I chose video production because I knew that's what I really like to do, but I was interested in taking a lot of audio classes. So I did end up doing kind of a mix of both, which is totally possible to do. You just take them as electives.
Yeah.
And
I think it's good to do that.
I know.
Get it, experience in all of them.
All of this, right?
Yeah,
like that's
exactly.
all audio stuff.
I mean, so I'm an Asian studies student now, but before I came to TUJ, I was studying film. And I think the best way to learn everything is just take random classes that deal with everything. Yeah. But communications here, maybe when do you decide what track you want to go down? Because I have no idea.
You're technically supposed to decide early on, from the moment you start. You need to declare a track, but a lot of people are on the fence about it. You can change, yeah.
Okay, so you're not stuck to it.
No, because a lot of the foundational classes are kind of the same, and it's a question I get a lot actually with peer mentorship because a lot of people are like, what do I do? I have no clue what track or whatever. But you can basically decide a little later on if you really want to switch. It's totally fine, but you're supposed to know from the get-go. Yeah.
So you're done with all your classes.
Yes.
You're gonna graduate in spring.
Yeah.
What was your favorite class that you took?
Oh, that's such a hard question.
Yeah, I know.
Not one favorite.
You have to pick one class.
Okay, then I think I would say the thesis film.
Okay, that's easy.
Production.
that was a softball. You hit it out of the park.
Yeah, because that was such a fun experience. I think it felt like everything culminated to that very moment. All the classes I took, all the audio classes, the video classes, really led to that specific moment. And like, because it was a project that I had so much freedom to kind of put together a crew myself, it was nice to like work with people who I work with, you know, the communications and marketing department, but also my classmates who I had worked with all the way up until that point. And just putting together a team of people that I knew we would like just vibe and work together really well. And also creating one big film that like, you know, we got a budget for, and that our professors were giving us a lot of encouragement about and trying to help us along the way. So yeah, it was just it was like the epic project of, you know, my experience at TUJ.
Was that your first time directing?
No, it wasn't actually. I had directed like pretty much every single class that you take. So there's like 4 different levels to the production classes. And in the first, second, and third, we had to do 2 films each. And each time that I basically pitched to the class my idea, I got selected to direct.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was kind of a sign to me that like
You're a big deal.
Well, not that I'm a big deal, you know, but just that probably directing is a thing that, well, number one, that I really enjoy doing, and 2, that it seems people really like to have me as a director. So that was really fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Out of all the movies that you've made, or the films that you've made throughout your time at TUJ, which one's your favorite? Which one feels like I guess you're most proud of?
Oh, I'm proud of all of them.
No, you have to pick one.
I can't pick one.
You have to pick one. Sure, you can be proud of all of them. Which one are you most proud?
I think maybe so if I had to not put my thesis film aside, because that one, you know, was the biggest project we did in general. But other than that, probably the one I did right before that. I did a film called Kuro, which was basically a story about, you know, 2 friends who decide to apply for an internship. They have to work together to kind of, you know, get the internship. And that project was like the first big project that I did. Like up until then, I felt like, of course, you know, through classes and stuff, we had to do a few short films here and there. But that project was like a real collaborative effort. First of all, because the crew was just me and 2 other people. So it was like...
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was very difficult to pull off. And then I also did everything for that film, like from writing the script to like casting people to styling people, because we were just 3, so we had to wear a lot of hats.
Yeah.
And so that took a lot of coordination. And
I've had to do that before.
Right?
It's so hard.
No, the struggle is real. I don't recommend it to anyone.
Yeah, try your best. If you're gonna make a film, just try your best to be stress free. But it's hard to do that.
Exactly.
It's hard to do that.
And I think the only way to actually do that is like to ask friends to help you out, because if you try to do everything by yourself, you're just gonna stress yourself beyond belief. But what I liked about that film was that even though it was a struggle to do most of the things all at once while also directing, I really liked just the different locations on campus that we shot at. Like I think it was cool that we decided to use the campus as our location, and we shot in Showa. We got like the basketball court was one of the scenes we had shot.
You had permission to do that?
We did, yeah. Wow. It was like hard to coordinate. You had to make sure that obviously no one was using the space. We also just filmed everywhere on campus. We also got the dean to be in that film.
Fun.
Yeah.
You talked about that on the Dean episode, right?
We did, exactly.
He played the Dean in the film.
Yeah, he was basically himself, which was hilarious.
That's cool.
But I was so happy that he was down to do it, so it was really fun.
So that's the one you're most proud of.
Yeah, because it was just like, it took a lot to pull off.
I see.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I've been a part of your project before.
You have.
It was a stressful moment.
No,
but
not
it was
stressful.
Fun. I think I don't regret doing it whatsoever. In fact, out of the 2 that I did that semester, yours was less stressful for me.
Okay, I'm glad.
But yeah, so I've said this multiple times, but you're done with school.
Yeah.
You've been in Japan for a while. You've mentioned on other episodes of the podcast.
Yeah.
How long?
In Japan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it's going, I'm about to finish my 8th year, so.
8 years.
Yeah.
And the plan for you is to stay here forever.
I don't know. Forever is a big commitment.
For the near future.
Yeah, sure. For the foreseeable future, I see myself in Japan.
And in order to do that, as a foreigner, you need to have a visa.
Right, of course.
And since you've completed all your courses, how long from when did you start looking for work?
So I did the not so good thing, which I honestly don't really recommend, which is that I started looking in my last semester. I recommend that people look.
What are you doing?
Way before that. Well, I was doing the thesis film, right? And like that took up a lot of my time. Yeah, that was in the spring. And then in the summer, I had taken 18 credits, which normally, you're supposed to take 9. So I had.
Wait. No way.
Yeah.
Isn't the max like 12?
No. 12 is just like what is it? Like, I guess a little bit past average, but you can go up to 18 like any other semester.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I did 18.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Well, because I knew I wanted to graduate by the end of this year. So I was like, well, I'm going to have to do a lot of classes in the summer, a lot of classes in the fall.
You didn't want to do any classes in spring?
I could have, but I think I was just like, I had been a student for like several years at that point, you know?
I know what
so
you
I was
mean.
just like ready to wrap it up.
For those who don't know, we're both old college students.
Ah, yes.
25 and she's 26.
Yes, exactly. Which I feel like, wait, did you start at TUJ like around what age?
23?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Wait, how old was I? 23.
Okay.
And then I turned 24 like the first semester.
Yeah, same. That was the same as me. So I started, actually, no, I must have been a year younger. So, or a year older, rather. I think I started at 23 and then I turned 24 later that year. But yeah, starting being older than everyone else was kind of like a weird feeling. Obviously,
Dude, I felt so like out of place.
I know, right?
Because like there's 18-year-olds that come fresh from high school.
Yes.
It's like, what am I doing here? Yeah.
And like, even though there are like, there's like a good mix of people, right? Like there are still at TUJ, like people who are older, you know, people who come in different walks of life and stuff. But still, I think for myself psychologically, I had to really process that feeling of being like, okay, still in school.
Yeah. How long did it take for you to like feel like a college student again? Because you went to like fashion school, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel like a college student there?
I did, yeah.
You
but
did? Okay,
yeah. But I still felt like a college student when I came here. It's just that the age thing was bothering me. I was just like, oh, I see all these, I had friends too at that point who had graduated fashion college, were already working full time. And they were like, what are you doing? And I was like,
dude, that feeling,
still in college.
Yeah, that feeling. I know all about that feeling.
Yeah.
Because like before I came to TUJ, I was at a language school, and I didn't feel like a college student there. I kind of just felt like a high school student, honestly.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
Oh, really?
But I didn't like that feeling. I liked going to the language school, but so transitioning to college again, because I've already done it once from high school to college. It just felt like that sort of thing again, but also the added thing of me just feeling older than everyone. Because before I'm usually younger, because like my birthday's in the summer, and I was always like ahead of people, but now I'm like
You're
2-3 years ahead of everyone. It's like, oh god.
Yeah, it took some getting used to for sure. But then eventually it didn't matter. Like I realized that I was just vibing with everyone. We were having a good time. And also I don't think people really care that much about your age. It's just every now and again when people be like, you're 18 like me, right? And I'd be like, no.
Yeah. Or
but
like sometimes like they talk about their problems, like, oh, they're such like 18-year-old
yes,
problems.
Exactly.
Like, what are you doing?
Love all the 18-year-olds, by the way. All y'all love you guys. It's just, you know.
I love all the students. Students are great.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that some of us older people.
Some of us older folk, when we walk around with our canes and stuff
yes.
like that. You know?
We struggle a little.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good time.
Yeah.
So you spent your time looking for a job in your last semester. Kind of explain how that went. The stresses of that.
The last semester.
Your last semester of school.
Right.
Looking for work.
Yeah.
But also being in school.
And
why you shouldn't do this.
Yes, exactly. No, 1,000%. This is like a warning to everybody. I think that I have a tendency to put a lot on my plate, as you can probably tell by my explanation of this last year. Yeah, it's a bad habit of mine, unfortunately. But yeah, basically, it was just I think I put way too much, especially in this last semester. Like I had. Taken an overload of classes. So the same way I did 18 credits in the summer, I decided to do 20 credits in this last semester. Yeah, I don't recommend it to anyone. Truly, if you're thinking of overloading, don't do 20. I feel like that's a lot.
I take 12 and I'm stressed.
Well, I was taking like a little extra every semester, right? I did like maybe 17 and then like 18 and then, so I felt confident in my last semester to pull off 20, but still I don't recommend it to anyone because like life stuff happens too, like externally, So like you said, I had to do like job hunting at the same time. I was also in the process of moving out of my apartment, which was, I had lived there for 5 years. So like moving out, I know, after 5 years of living in the same place, I had to do a lot of decluttering and it was just, it was a lot. So I was doing that while job hunting, while also working on campus and doing 20 credits. And it was
you also have 2 part-time jobs basically on campus.
Exactly, yeah. Well, actually, technically 3. If you count, communications and marketing department, which is this.
Yeah.
The AAC.
Yeah.
So I work at the Academic Advising Center at the front desk, and then also peer mentorship. So, yeah.
Dude, I couldn't.
I know.
I need time to just like sleep.
I know, right? I know. Honestly, yeah.
It's like you're sleepy every single time I see you.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness, that's so much. You even worked today before this.
I did work today before this. Yeah.
Okay.
What can I say? I like to work, And I know Corinne, one of the career advisors, she said this, and I think it's funny. I was mentioning this probably in Yuki's episode too, that she calls us career student workers, meaning like you have several student working jobs.
Yeah.
But I like it. I think it's a good way to get involved on campus, and it's a good way to meet people.
100% it is. Yeah, even just like the one job that I work on campus, I've met like so many other students here that like I never would have met, like because we're different degrees, majors.
Exactly.
So like I would have never met them before that.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's cool. Now I see them on campus, I'm like, yo, what's up? I don't really talk to them much besides that.
Exactly. No, and I think that's like the awesome part of it because, yeah, I think it's like really easy to go by like at TUJ just kind of doing your own thing, focusing on the classes part of it, which is nothing wrong with that, of course. But I think like, yeah, being able to get more out of the experience is always better, you know?
Yeah, usually I am the person who just takes classes and does nothing outside of that. But ever since working for the communications department, I've kind of changed my view of it, where it's like maybe I should do more because but it feels a little weird now because like we mentioned before, I'm older than everyone else. So
Right.
like there are club activities that I feel like I'm just like the parent if I
Right.
go type thing. So
I
I
see what
tend
you
not
mean.
to do that still. But like when I do go to events, it's mostly for work. But I still try to like experience it like how a normal person would, and not someone who's there for work. Like when I have to film the event, I
Right.
still like to try to like
Mingle.
yeah, or like
Yeah.
play the games that they have, or like
Right.
watch the movies that they play, or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it's good to do that as a college student,
Right.
Because once you're out and you're in the working world, you don't really get many chances to do that.
yeah, exactly.
And also networking in general. For those who don't know, networking is a huge, huge thing to be good at in
Yeah.
order to be successful in life.
Yeah,
So that's the reason why I want to stay in Japan.
right.
Because my social network in America, where I'm from, is not nearly
Trash.
It's so bad compared to what I have
Non-existent. No, I'm
now. So
kidding.
if I go back, it's not non-existent. Don't say that.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
But like my social network here, especially being a foreigner in Japan, you have a lot of opportunity. I think the dean said this on his episode. It's almost easier as a foreigner in Japan to have a sort of a social network.
Yeah.
Because there's other foreigners here that also want to be like
Connected.
mingle with you and
Yeah.
like connect with you.
Exactly.
How have you been able to find that in Japan as a foreigner?
That's a good question. I feel like, to be honest with you, in the beginning, I really didn't know anyone, as I'm sure everyone, experiences when they come to Japan. And I just tried to find like communities of people who I could connect with. And I think that was the best choice I ever made because some people who I met when I first came to Japan, I still know to this day, and I'm still connected with them, So I think
That's
finding,
awesome.
communities of people who are just interested in the same things as you is a big one.
And there's so many people in Tokyo.
yes.
There's so many people in Tokyo.
Yes.
You're going to find people who have the same interests as you.
Exactly. And it makes me sad sometimes when I think about, because I know a lot of people come here and they kind of just stick to themselves and they want to just do their own thing. And I feel like actually Christian talks about this on his episode too, about how like when he came it was COVID and all that, you know?
Yeah.
But like I feel like pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone just a little bit to like go to one event or one, I don't know, meetup.
Or just talk to one person that
Yes.
you normally wouldn't. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It makes all the difference. And yeah, when I first got here, I had gotten really involved in like a church community that I really loved because I did a lot of volunteer work with them and I got to meet so many amazing people through that. And that was like my first real experience with like networking. And that brought me so many opportunities. I got to do so many cool things that I never would have done otherwise. And then after that, when I was in Bunka, I did a lot of like modeling gigs here and there, sometimes just for friends, sometimes like through agencies and stuff. And that also helped expand my network too, because I met so many people, other models, people in different agencies, designers, all that kind of stuff. And then what else? Yeah, just like events and stuff like that. Like if people would ask me, hey, can you help out with this thing? I would like immediately say yes, because I knew that like maybe if it wasn't for the money necessarily that I was doing it, that for sure I would get to network with people or just rub shoulders with the right people.
That's why I said yes to your thesis film.
Oh, really?
Which is crazy because the chain reaction that came from that is like I helped with casting, right?
Right.
And that allowed me to meet this girl named Serena.
Right.
And then she didn't get casted in your film, but then I helped her get casted in the other film I worked on.
Right.
And then from that, we became friends. And then I was in the studio with like a super like famous music producer while she was recording a song.
Right.
I'm like, this is crazy. The chain of events that like just from me saying yes to you.
Exactly.
That ended up me ended up being in the music studio while she was singing a song. It's like it's crazy. It's crazy what life can do.
Exactly. And I feel like you never know what one opportunity, what one encounter with one person could like, how greatly that could like alter the rest of your life,
Yeah.
And not even to be dramatic, like not in a crazy dramatic way, but like you said, sometimes it's just like a chain of events, and it just happens one after the other. Even me coming to Temple actually was like that.
Dude, me too.
Really?
Like, okay, sorry. Sorry. Like, mine was crazy because I didn't even know Temple existed. And I
Really?
lived in Japan for like 6-7 months at the time. And I'm like, my plan was to like come here and see if I liked it. And then if I did like it, go back to America, finish my degree, and then come back to Japan eventually. But I didn't want to go back to America because I liked it here so much.
Right.
So I tried to find like part-time work, and my dad had like some sort of connection in Japan. Like, not really, but like a connection of a connection.
Yeah.
So I called that person. He's like, "Oh, ever heard of Temple?" I'm like, "No."
Oh,
And
wow.
then I found Temple, somehow got in. And like, it's just crazy how like just asking or talking to people can get you somewhere.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it is wild. And I feel like it always happens that way. Like for me with Temple, it was one of my really good friends who I met in Japanese language school. So when I first came to Japan, I did Japanese language school for 2 years. Represent. I know there's not a lot of people who, at TUJ at least, who went to Japanese language school before, but I know that was the experience for you too, right? Yeah. And I think that was awesome too. That was also a really great way to start networking because it was just a bunch of other people who were also on the same page trying to learn a new language,
and
right?
they're all in a new country.
Exactly.
The same exact position as you.
Exactly, yeah. And so one of my really good friends I met there, she actually ended up leaving the school, but we stayed in touch. We became very close afterwards. And she ended up going to TUJ after, a few years.
Really?
Yeah, and then she was here back when the campus was still in Azabu. And so when I was like post, fashion college trying to figure out what to do next, she was like, why don't you go to Temple? And I was like,
that's smart.
Yeah, that would be an interesting turn of events. Exactly. Yeah. But obviously I never really would have considered it if she didn't go or if she hadn't told me about it, So yeah, I feel like it's always like the right people who just show up at one moment or who just like introduce something to you and then, that's
and the great thing about Temple is that it has a big name in Japan. So that allows people who could give you great opportunities and you have the opportunity to meet them here at Temple, which is great. Like all the events, go to the events, talk to the people.
Yes.
I mean, I say that kind of as a hypocrite because I don't do that, but I do that for work and I talk to people there.
Yeah.
And so for new students or even existing students, just talk to people.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh, I agree 1,000%.
Yeah, 100%.
And I know in the beginning it's rough because it's like you don't know anyone, you don't know how to interact, you don't know how to whatever, but like I promise you, even if you just small talk with the person who's sitting next to you about, I don't know, how boring this class is.
Or what you did this weekend or something.
Yeah,
something simple.
Exactly.
Something simple.
I promise you, like, you'll probably be a better person for it, whether you...
We're all human. We all want to connect with other humans. Yeah. It's just our nature.
Exactly.
Just do it.
Exactly.
Just do it.
And I think, like we said, I mean, we both are student workers. That helped us get connected a lot. So I feel like that's one big one, too. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't know. Like, should I work on campus? Like, I'm like... Listen, do it, please. Stop thinking about it. Just do it. Just go apply for that job. Even if they reject you, like, it's okay. You can apply again later or whatever it is, Because, for me, student jobs, like, on campus was really, like, that gateway.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. Yeah. 100% I agree.
Right.
I'm so happy I was able to get the position.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't think I'd just be sitting at home doing nothing like I always do.
Yeah, exactly.
But now I can get paid to have fun. I love
to be on campus. Oh yeah.
I love my job. It's great. I actually like being here.
Yeah, me too.
When it's not for school.
Yeah,
when I'm working here, I like it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The struggle is real. I like it too. I honestly, there are some days too where I don't want to come to class, but then I'm like, oh man, but I got to work later today.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay,
it's like I have a video edit. I have a video to edit, but I'll just do it after class. Yeah. I really don't want to go to class.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, and that's why I think it's amazing. Like getting a job on campus is something I never got to do when I was at Bunka as well. Like they don't have student jobs, and I think that's partially too because it's maybe part of like more American culture, Japanese culture. I think when it comes to school, anyways, they don't mix like school and work together.
I think if they do, it's more volunteer work too.
Yeah,
right?
maybe. Yeah,
it's like, oh, this would be good for your resume,
right?
Type thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when I found out that they had such a thing as student jobs on campus at TJ, I was like, whoa, okay, yes, please sign me up. Where do I begin?
Me too. I got lucky. I just like saw the poster on the wall, be like, "Hey, photographers,
yes,
like, we're looking for that." I'm like,
same.
Like, oh, I'll do that.
I saw the poster too, and I just signed up. And a lot of people ask, like, "Oh, how did you find it?" I'm like, "No, I literally just saw a poster."
Just looked at the bulletin board or whatever.
And I know these days they don't do that as much, but like, I think the best way to find student jobs would probably be to just like ask, literally, like, go to the front desk and be like, "Hey, are they hiring?" And also, they always have like job postings on the websites and stuff too.
They
like
do.
There's like a section specifically dedicated to like, campus jobs, and you can go there and find it, and it'll have all that information on there.
Yeah, or you could just like you said, walk up to the AAC person and be like, hey, is there any positions open?
Yes.
Or like go up to the comms department, like talk to JR or something.
Yes.
Like if you want to work within your department, that's even easier because like the program, the program coordinators and stuff like that.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not in comms, but I know that JR like runs like kind of the comms department for the student workers. So you can just go talk to him and be like, hey, is there a position open?
Yeah.
And he's chilling.
And even if they say no, like I remember Yuki said this in her episode too. She was like, even if they say no to you and like they say, oh no thanks, we can't hire right now, at least they will have seen your face.
True.
And they'll remember your, demeanor, maybe not your name, I don't know.
If anything, they could just be like, hey, we don't have a position right now, but when we do, give us your email, we'll send you something.
Exactly.
Just talk to people.
Exactly.
Just talk to people.
We sound like we're like scolding one specific person.
Hey, Jonathan from Pennsylvania or whatever. I don't know. All right, well, you have been the host of the podcast. You are a co-creator.
Yes.
You didn't want me to say creator. You want to say
No,
co-creator.
yes, because we do need to give a shout out to Sheena wherever she is. She is the co-creator who, yes, started this podcast with me. So shout out to her.
Yes. So today is your final episode.
Yes.
You are a guest on the episode. You're not a host.
I know.
But when you did host, you like to do some segments, some quick segments.
Yes, I did. You were paying attention.
I listen sometimes. And one of the ones I liked, we did on the Atsuko episode.
Yes.
Where, I don't know if it was just Atsuko. We also did it for someone else. But
I think it was Divas.
Divas,
Yes.
as well. Where we said station or area names in Tokyo, and you pick which one you prefer to go against each other. So, for example, if I say Shibuya Shinjuku, which is the first one, Shibuya or Shinjuku, you pick which one you like, and then whatever one you pick, we go on to the next one with the one you picked and the new one.
Okay.
So, first one, like I mentioned before.
Yeah, I think I know, by the way, what's going to be the result, but I will see. Maybe you'll surprise me.
I have no idea.
Maybe you'll surprise me. We'll see.
All right. So, first one, Shibuya or Shinjuku?
Shibuya or Shinjuku, that's easy. Shibuya, all day.
I hate Shibuya
I
so
really
much.
don't like Shinjuku. Like, I went to school there for
What's wrong
3 years.
Wait, me too. I love Shinjuku.
No, and like Shinjuku is just corporate. It's stale.
Where in Shinjuku?
So, well, like, I was closer to, like, the park, right? Like, Shinjuku Gyoen, but
Yeah.
still, like, I had to pass by, like, the really busy station, and I avoided it like the plague. I just don't like that area. It's not where I would hang out. Let's just put it that way.
I like Shinjuku more than Shibuya.
Really?
But that's just me. I'm crazy.
Okay. Well,
I'm
yeah, you
crazy.
are crazy. I don't agree with that
I
one.
went to school in Takotanababa, which is close to Shinjuku.
Oh, yeah,
so I
yeah.
would go to the Shinjuku station all the time, and I kind of know, like, all, like, the shortcuts to all the, like,
The
things.
stations and all that, yeah. I mean, I do too, because, like, it's one of the main stations that I go to get home, but, like, I still don't like it.
I love it.
Although I used to tell
like
myself, though, like, if I told myself that the moment I feel comfortable enough to navigate Shinjuku without feeling panicked is probably the moment that I became a true Tokyoite. And I think that's true.
Have you gotten to that point?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for sure. No, I think, like, after going to that station for 3 years straight, I was like, okay, I got this. But then they started doing construction.
Yeah, but the construction makes it easier.
I know, I guess
During the
kinda.
construction, it sucks.
Yeah.
But, like, once the construction's
After.
done,
Yeah, that's
it
true.
makes it easier.
That's true.
All right. Shibuya or Sangenjaya, where TUJ is located?
Oh, man, that's actually a tough one because I love Sangenjaya so
Sangenjaya
much.
is great.
I've
love
grown
Sancha.
to love Sancha like crazy, like especially being here every day. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to go with Sancha. Yeah.
Sancha?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Sancha or Oshiage?
Definitely Sancha.
Okay.
I don't go to Oshiage ever.
Okay.
Sorry, except for like Skytree every now and again. Maybe if I'm like with
I think I've been
touristy,
once.
like with friends or family to come visit. Yeah.
It was Lulu's favorite.
Oh really? Oh, shout outs to Lulu behind the camera.
Next, we have Sangenjaya or Yokohama.
Oh, Sangenjaya, Yokohama, this is Sangenjaya all day.
Sangenjaya?
Yeah. Yokohama's okay, but like it's not my spot to hang out.
It's kinda
Yeah,
far.
yeah. I do like Chinatown though, but it's like not a place that I would go hang out on a
The
regular
food in
basis.
Chinatown's so good, though.
Really?
It's so good. Have you like had
No.
like the Nikumana there?
No, I've only gone to like walk around because like I didn't eat meat for the longest time.
Oh,
so, like,
that's true.
A lot of Chinese food has meat in it, so
Yeah. You're right.
Anyway,
All right. Sancha or Harajuku? You're a fashion person.
I am a fashion person. I worked in Harajuku for
Really?
for like a year and a half. I worked in La Forêt, like the little green building. As much as I like it there, I do think it's a little bit overhyped for what it is.
It is.
I think like everyone loves Takeshita Street,
Yeah.
but like Urahara, like the backside of Harajuku is like really where it's at, in my humble opinion.
I agree.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a bit, underrated, sadly. So I definitely would still have to go with Sancha.
Sancha.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sancha's going to be beat.
I don't know, maybe.
Sancha or Roppongi?
Sancha Roppongi. Oh, this is actually a tough one.
I don't spend a lot of time in Roppongi.
I do. I love Roppongi to bits and pieces because I used to go every single weekend when I was going to church. The thing is, the only thing is this, right? I think a lot of what I used to love about that neighborhood has slowly vanished. Like a lot of I had one of my favorite coffee shops of all time shut down like recently.
No.
Yeah, which I'm kind of devastated about. So yeah, that place for sure I would say I would say Sancha.
Sancha.
Yeah,
Okay. We're still keeping it alive. Sancha or Asakusa?
Oh, Sancha.
Okay.
Yeah, Asakusa is like
It's just tourist infested.
just giving me shivers.
Yeah, I know what you mean. All right. Sancha or Ikebukuro?
Oh, Sancha. I don't like
What's wrong
Ikebukuro.
with Ikebukuro?
No,
What's wrong with
it's just
Ikebukuro?
not my place. I think it's cool because it's like a grungy place where like people, people are very like raw and real there.
Yeah.
But like,
It's like mini Osaka.
yeah, I wouldn't say Osaka. I was gonna say mini Akihabara.
No.
That's what it reminds me of.
Well, kinda.
Yeah, like with all the maid cafes and like the arcades and stuff. Like
It
it has
reminds
that.
me of Osaka than Akihabara.
Really? Yeah, for me, it's just not one of my favorite places, unfortunately. So I'm going to go with still Sancha. Yeah.
Okay, Sancha or Shinokubo? I was just in Shinokubo last night.
Oh, man. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Remember I texted you meeting someone at 8 p.m.?
Oh, yeah,
That's
right.
where I went. That's where I went.
That's funny. No, I love Shinokubo so much.
So good. Korean
yes.
food is just incredible, man.
Yes.
For those who don't know, Shinokubo is like Koreatown.
Yeah, Koreatown, and it's probably one of the greatest places in Tokyo. Oh, man, this is a tough one.
It is one of the worst places to walk, though, because people don't know how to walk.
That's true. People get all crowded at the station, and it's like, get out of the way.
Yeah.
But I love that place because I've been going literally for 8 years. Sancha is like one of my newer favorites. You know?
Really?
Yeah, like I didn't go there for years when I first came here.
Oh, but yeah, you've also been here for so long.
Exactly, yeah. So for the first couple of years, I wasn't really going to Sancha. And now thanks to TJ, obviously I'm here like all the time. But I think I'm gonna go for Shinokubo actually.
Oh,
yeah, because it's so homey. Yeah, and I love Korean food so much. And also, I almost lived in Korea for a hot second.
Really?
Yeah. I was considering living in Korea before I came to Japan. So when I go there, it kind of feels like nostalgia, you know. So yeah, Shinokubo.
All right, Shinokubo or Akihabara? I'm assuming Shinokubo.
Shinokubo, yeah, Shinokubo.
Yeah.
Sorry,
okay.
Akihabara. I do like what's the name of that store? Super Potato. Do you know that one?
Yeah.
The one that sells like all the
games?
retro.
Yeah.
I like that place, but not enough to.
It's expensive.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, yeah, Shinokubo.
All right, Shinokubo or Ueno?
Oh, I think I'm still gonna stick with Shinokubo. Ueno's nice, but it's not one of my fave spots.
It's kind of boring.
Yeah, I mean everyone loves it for the park and all that, but like,
Park's nice.
I used to live
And the
close
museum.
to there, but not one of my favorite places, unfortunately.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Also, like the market street where they have like the fish market, like not fish market. But what's it called? It has like a bunch of like izakayas and like fresh fish and stuff like that.
I have no clue.
It's like one of the main streets.
Really?
Yeah, close to this park.
Well, you know better than I. Oh, Amiya Yokocho. There we go. Yeah. That's true. That place is kind of cool.
All right, Shinokubo or Ginza?
Oh, Shinokubo or Ginza? Oh, I'm still gonna stick with Shinokubo. Ginza's cool, but
It's just so expensive.
it is. It's expensive. It's bougie. It's like a once in a while
We're
place to
college
hang out.
students.
I know, right?
College
We
students
just
don't
go
like
window
that.
shopping there.
Exactly. Sometimes the restaurants are fun to go to, but they're still expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Shina-Okubo or Kichijoji?
Oh, back in the day, I used to like Kichijoji a lot because they have a lot of their stores. But I think I'm still gonna go with Shinokubo.
Oh, I forgot to put one place down.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna do it right now. Though.
Okay.
Shinokubo or Shimokitazawa?
Oh man, you know how much I like Shimokitazawa. I talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go
Shimokita?
Shimokitazawa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shimokita or Nihonbashi?
Shimokita or Nihonbashi? Oh, for sure Shimokita.
Shimokita?
Although Nihonbashi is potentially where I'll be working soon, so you know.
Drama.
I know drama.
Okay. That's all of the things but I had one more that I also forgot to write down. It's
Okay.
it's kind of similar to Shimokita.
Okay.
Shimokita or Koenji?
Oh no, Shimokita for sure.
Really?
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
Koenji.
Koenji's nice,
It's
but
so much fun to drink there.
oh really?
I'm actually going there today.
Oh nice. Okay, well that's why you're biased. That's not fair.
But it also has a Persian food place.
Oh
Yeah,
nice.
that's also why I'm going there.
Okay, cool. I need to check that out one day.
That's all I have for the stations or
Oh.
the areas.
So what's my winner?
Well, it's Shimokita.
I guess Shimokita, right? Yeah.
Shimokita.
Right.
And that's kind of what we have for time. But
Okay.
before we go,
Okay.
you know the question of the day.
Yes, of
Or
course.
the questions of the day,
Right.
I guess. What is your TUJ hack?
TJ hack. Well, if I had to impart some wisdom onto fellow students, or rather I should say soon-to-be students now that I'm alumni, I would say for sure just, if the campus like here at TUJ is annoying you because there's too many people, it's too loud, can't focus, whatever, I would say go to Showa. That's my TUJ hack. Go to the Showa library, go to the Showa. There's like a beautiful like Zen, not really like a Zen garden, but like there's like a lake with like a really beautiful area where you can
That's
sit
like a
down.
fountain, right?
Yeah. And it's that area in the Showa campus is so beautiful. And I feel like a lot of TJ students maybe are scared to go to the Showa campus because it's, I don't know.
I'm kind of scared of it.
Yeah, right. It feels kind of foreign. It's like a lot of Japanese people there and stuff like that. But like, I think the library is one of the coolest places ever. They have massive library. They have books in English, which you can borrow as a TJ student. So yeah, my hack would be go to the Showa library, borrow some books from there, go hang out there because it's a really cool place to hang out. And you can probably, eavesdrop and listen to some Japanese, practice your Japanese listening, that kind of thing.
I think another reason why maybe some students don't go there is because they just don't know they can.
Yeah, right?
But like, I think maybe it's because they just don't go to the campus tours.
Right.
Because on the campus tours, they show you where you can go on Showa campus. They do show the place with the fountain. Right. I wish I could show it to them, but
I know,
when
right?
I filmed it one time, they're like, no, you can't show Showa campus.
Oh, really?
TUJ can't show Showa campus. But on the tours, when you go on the tours, hopefully if you're a new student, you should, because then you can see where you can go on Showa campus if you don't like this, because we only have one building. Well, we have two, but like the main campus is like one building.
Yeah.
So yeah, I should do that.
I know you should. No, you should go more often because like all you need to do is show your ID at the door, right? When the guard like asks you, and then you pretty much can just go in. And and they have like massive, I think the classrooms you can't really go there, but for sure the library.
Like big areas that you can go.
Exactly, the library, the cafe, that little lake, whatever you want to call it. Not lake. What is it? A pond.
Fountain.
A fountain, sure, whatever it is.
Pond, I guess,
with the little gazebo. That's nice. And so my hack is just go to Showa.
So you Showa. Awesome. Okay. And next, what's coming. What is your warning for, I guess, new students or even current students?
Yeah, my biggest warning would be do not graduate without getting involved in some way. I feel like it's such a tragedy if you come to TUJ and you just go to class and go home. Like, there's so many different things you can get involved with. And I think that's one of the really amazing things about TUJ. Like, when I was in fashion college, all we did was, like, school, work, that's it. Like, go home and that's, But here, there's so many things you can do. You can be a student worker. You can get involved with events. You can get, go to activities. You can participate in whatever way. Like, there's, I don't know, contests, scholarships, just things that you can do to, like, get involved, and it can be as simple as just reaching out to your professors,
exactly.
like
office hours,
right? Yeah, going to them and actually having a conversation. Like, I think a lot of people don't realize the office hours is because the teachers, like, professors want to talk to you. So just doing anything to try to like get involved
just
into
get connected.
Exactly.
We talked about it so many times today.
We did, I know, but I feel like we're like on a mission.
At least one listener will get connected because of us.
I hope so. Yeah, that's the goal. Because even this podcast would have never happened if I had never gone to, apply for the job, start getting connected with the communications and marketing department, meeting Sheena, like, chit-chatting with you guys. Like, I feel like, you have to get involved to be able to, I think, really make, like, your time at TUJ as meaningful and as... just as like impactful as possible, if that makes sense,
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just TUJ student, any college student.
Yes.
To make your time valuable during your university years, just do stuff.
Yes.
Get connected. Don't sit at home and play video games.
Exactly.
Because I do that. And don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't be Brayden, okay?
Exactly. Don't be like me.
Don't follow
Please
in his
don't be
footsteps.
like me. 25 years old and still in university.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, that's fine. I'm 26 and still in university.
Well, you're not anymore. You're done.
Exactly. I'm graduating. But still, no, getting involved is so important. That's also how you grow your network, like we were talking about earlier. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got.
Really?
For your final episode.
Oh my God. Congratulations on hosting your first podcast episode. I think I give you a 10 out of 10. Not bad, because you had the best professor, best teacher of all time. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So, I'm your Padawan. Or
exactly.
Whatever.
You're my, what's the word? Not pupil. Oh my God, that's a terrible word.
What? Is it not?
So I was thinking eye, like, the pupil of your eye. No, but you meant like student. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a student.
Okay. All right. I think it's time to wrap up this episode.
I think it's time to wrap it up. Well, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much for having me.
So yeah, that was the episode. I really liked the episode. It was a lot of fun.
I did too. It was fun. It was like we were just chit-chatting.
Yeah, it was your final episode.
I know. Such a bittersweet moment.
Since your final episode, any final words you'd like to give to everyone?
Yes, I would like to say thank you so much to everyone who has impacted my time at TUJ. Thank you to the podcast team. You guys are amazing and awesome. Thank you to the AAC, Communications and Marketing Department, the peer mentors, everybody else on campus who I've ever worked with and or hung out with. Shout out to all of you guys. You're amazing. And I will miss you. I won't. And, listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You can watch us on YouTube and follow us on Instagram. Amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Bye. I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye. I won't.